So, Bruce, what are your ideas around communications?
Okay, maybe communications. We need to have a communication policy. The message from Kwantlen Student Association and the university, they're not getting out to all of the students. And as a result, over the last 3 or 4 years, it's been the same group of students who have benefited, I would argue, with what's available through the association. One of the problems is that the university itself says that there are about 200, between 200 and 300 Aboriginal students in all of the campuses. And a lot of them are self-identified as Native or as Indigenous. Yet when I asked for, was it possible for me to send a message to all of the Aboriginal students, there was a whole lot of masking the whole issue under issues of privacy. Now, there's ways of getting information out to all of the students without damaging privacy. And privacy, I think, is something we all respect. And one of the first things that I would do as the Aboriginal students rep is, with the support of the Kwantlen Student Association and the university, say, look, we need to create a way of putting a message on a paper, sending it to the university, and they can send it out to all of those students. We don't have to know student numbers, we don't have to know names, we don't have to know anything. Right now, the work is put on the Aboriginal support worker, who is already overwhelmed with her job description. I mean, she's got a lot to do, and she's holding the fort, basically. And she's got a list, an email list that doesn't get to everybody. So we've got to find simpler ways that are more effective of getting the messaging out to students, Aboriginal students. Where this is particularly important is the area of funding. The majority of Native students don't know what's available for them. And in one of the other videos, we were talking about the grassroots taking initiative. But when you take an initiative for a project, you need money. And so where do you get money? You get it from, you have to fill out some kind of planning tool. You can apply for internal grants within the university and so forth. So to help students with that, we need to let them know where the funding sources are, simplify that whole process. We need to let them know through a centralized messaging or communication strategy when those fundings are becoming available and when to write grants, and to sit down and do grant writing workshops with students so that they can put their vision together, they can put a budget together, and then they can start working on their vision. Key to education is small successes. If you have a project, say for $5,000, you've done something. You've done something to put on your resume. You've gained the experience of trying to involve in-kind contributions, contributions from different granting sources, funding sources. You've experienced the frustration of different rules for different granting sources, and it is a learning experience that is useful for life. So I think it's important that we improve our communication policy and that all Native students get the message at the same time. I want to see an end to inner circle Native politics at KSA. There you go. Thanks, Sally.